Hello, friends. Thanks for joining the webinar today. I had a little technical difficulties on sending out the link, so hopefully you got to the right place here. Anyway, my name is Brian Cavanaugh. I am the founder and co-CEO at Free TV. We have been in business for over 10 years. We help people make smarter decisions about TV and entertainment technologies. Really, more specifically, we delve in a lot of different things relating to helping people save money and cut the cord from cable and satellite. That can be related to TV, internet, streaming, networking, you name it, basically. There's a lot of kind of touch points in there. Obviously, a lot of confusing things going on in the world of cord cutting and internet and TV. A lot of things are changing at a rapid pace. So we obviously are experts at it because we've been doing it for a long time, and we help people save on average. Our average customer saves $1,500 every year, so significant savings. We do these weekly webinars to help educate people of because certainly Comcast and Dish and DirecTV and Centrelink are not going to really help you make smarter decisions. They're just going to do what's best for them. We don't have any skin in the game, so for us, it's all open source, and we're all about not only saving you money, but also freedom, so you can do what you want when you want. The webinar today is going to be related to a la carte TV options, and really just TV options in general. A lot of people don't realize that you can get any cable channel you want nowadays, and really a lot of channels you can get for free. So we'll talk about a lot of different options there. If you subscribe to our page at the bottom there, just click on subscribe to get future webinars and just other good tips and tricks from Free TV in the future. And in the side there, you can actually chat and ask any questions. We'll get to some questions towards the end. If you have any questions, just put them in the chat on the side of the YouTube link. Right now, too, I want to just give you a real quick rundown. Our website is www.freetv.com. So it's 8 letters, free and then tvee.com. There's some really good links on here. If you happen to be an existing customer, we pay back for referring friends. Any future webinar topics, if you click on watch a webinar, that'll lay those out. We're going to be doing one about Comcast data caps and internet options next week. And then schedule a call is a really good option if you are brand new to cord cutting, brand new to Free TV. It's just a one-on-one consultation where we'll be able to talk about your specific issues. We're kind of talking general today, obviously, but it's really a good idea to do that if you're new to Free TV, which is the schedule a call link there. And then the news section, we have a lot of different blog articles on different topics, so you can kind of peruse through that. We'll have one up on this topic towards the end of the call here as well. So my history is I used to work for US West, Quest, CenturyLink for 13 years before I started this business 10 years ago. So I've seen a lot of misinformation, a lot of frustration from really all kinds of Dish, DirecTV, Comcast customers, CenturyLink customers over the years. So that's why I started this business, to try to help people out. Like I said, it's not easy doing what we do. There's a lot of different things that go on. It's kind of the wild, wild west for cord cutting. There's a lot of different TV options, streaming options, antenna options. There's a lot of different internet options you need to make things work properly, not just having the right speed, but not making sure you're not overpaying for things, having the right equipment, the right streaming hardware, and the right modem and Wi-Fi and mesh router hardware to make sure things work right. So basically the high level of what Free TV does, instead of someone wasting a bunch of time and money and losing their sanity, they just hire us to do it right the first time. So that's why we're here. And obviously just to help and educate people about how to get TV legally for free or a lot less money and no contracts, stuff like that. And at the same time, save money on your internet bills as well. So obviously we're going to get into the TV chat today. A lot of different options out there for TV. We're kind of in a really amazing time where every day there's like a new streaming option. Basically, there's all kinds of content out there. If you go to the news section actually of our website, we'll kind of start here, and basically we have a lot of different news related blog articles that I usually publish once a week. Here's some a la carte TV option stuff. And I think what's interesting is a lot of people don't realize that, and this was actually a survey from 2 years ago, the average person only watches 11 TV channels, probably 6 of them regularly, quite frankly, and probably less, I would argue, if the study was done today. So if you think about it, the cable TV bundle really doesn't make a whole lot of sense, right? We've been programmed into this thing where we're paying hundreds of dollars a month. The average cable TV bundle is $217 a month for the average TV bundle. And it has 200 channels in there, which who cares, right? I don't want 200 channels. I want maybe 5 to 10 channels, something like that, right? So the interesting thing is that just because that's what you want doesn't mean that's what you get with cable and satellite, right? They're all about themselves. It's basically a monopoly, whether you have Dish, DirecTV, Comcast, it's all the same stuff regurgitated. Hundreds of channels for hundreds of dollars a month that you don't care about. In a perfect world, we would get something where we could just pick out the channels we want. Oh, I just want Fox News, or I just want CBS, things like that. The world is moving more towards that, but I think it's really important to also understand why it is actually difficult to get some of these channels just a la carte by themselves. Because once you understand that, then you can kind of really understand what causes the bills to go up and what causes these things kind of in the TV world. So the first thing to know is that the folks that deliver the content, Dish, DirecTV, Comcast, they actually have to work with content providers. So there's really about 4, 5, 6 major players in the world of content providers. As an example, CBS owns like Viacom channels like MTV and Comedy Central and things like that. ESPN, Disney owns obviously the ESPN channels, the Disney channels, things like that. But if you back up even further than that, the content providers are really kind of in a bind as well, because if you look at ESPN as an example, right? Patrick Mahomes and the NFL this one person just signed a contract for $500 million. Well, guess who pays for those content prices, right? The content providers like ESPN have to pay for those gigantic salaries. And this is just one example, right? This happens all over the place for all the different channels. So ESPN has to pay Patrick Mahomes $500 million salary. So content prices, even though people are cutting the cord at record paces, are not going down, they're actually going up. So content providers like ESPN have to charge more and more for their content. They pass that on to things like cable and satellite, and they make you do not just the one ESPN channel you want, but they make you do a bundle of channels, right? ABC is owned by ESPN and Disney Channel, all these other ESPN channels. So even if you don't watch sports, even if you just want one channel, like let's say ABC, you really can't get it a la carte because of the way the economics work in the TV industry. So if you kind of do the math on all this stuff, cable and satellite in 2019, just last year alone, lost 6 million customers. So the amount of customers that have cable and satellite are actually decreasing at a record pace. The TV content providers like ESPN and ABC and Disney are actually charging more for content. So there's this huge gap there where if you stay around with cable and satellite, or if your friends and family stay around with cable and satellite, their bill is actually not ever going down. It's actually literally just going up and up and up. And they'll do that with more sneaky fees, more bait and switch pricing, more contracts, broadcast TV fees, sports TV fees. All these fees add up to at least $40 a month in just fees. Not the content itself, but just fees on your bill every month. So that's obviously a big part of why we do what we do. We know how to work around all those things as best you can in this world. Yes, it is a bit crazy. It is a bit complex, but that's what we do, is bring it all together for people to make it easy to use. So free TV, we're about obviously saving people the most money every month, giving you the freedom to do what you want when you want, and then also making it easy to use so it's integrated. You can kind of see everything I'm doing today as one remote control, has TV volume and TV power built into it. It even has things like a grid TV guide, that you're used to. So there's lots of different options and lots of different things that we do. It's all customizable, just kind of fits your needs. Like I was saying before, the best way to start if you're new to cord cutting, new to free TV, is just go onto our website, freetv.com, and then click on schedule a call. That'll get you a one-on-one consultation. So anyway, that's kind of where things are at, and just the TV industry in general. What's interesting about what's going on, really, it's been going on for years. It's just getting better and better. That helps the cause for really potential cord cutters or just anybody in general. Is content is not just limited to old school TV channels like we used to think about it. A lot of people maybe haven't explored some of these other things, but as you get into what we do with free TV, we actually help you, be able to access some of these other content sources. So 2020 really has been the year of TV content or movie content, right? There's thousands and thousands of different providers that make content and put it out there, a lot of it via streaming, on your TV, your phone, your tablet, whatever. You can access streaming content in a lot of different ways. We'll get into some of that here in a bit, but just realize that that's all available out there for free. And then there's also pay options too for more kind of traditional cable channels as well. So we'll kind of go through all these different things. If I go back to the grid TV guide here, this is a service that we set up to get everything integrated together. So it's a lot of different things kind of that we pull together to do things. And we'll kind of touch on those as we go through. What I did want to show you though was there is a grid guide where you can literally come out and actually find your stuff and make it easy to use. So it can be very similar to cable and satellite without all the $200 a month. So what we do is we chop a $200 bundle bill down to like right around $50 for internet. Tax on internet's less than $1. So that's how you really control your bills. And then we just add on whatever you need for channels. So for a lot of our customers, we install like an outdoor HD antenna, and that gets you all your major network channels totally free forever, and it's better HD quality. The grid guide, the DVR, all that stuff has no monthly rate at all. So that's one place to start. Maybe not specifically a la carte channels that way, but it's free, so who cares, right? As long as you're getting free content, doesn't matter whether it's a la carte or not, you can kind of pick and choose. Like you can see I edited my favorite channels, so I made it a la carte for myself, basically, right? So that's one option to just kind of understand, is that's basically your baseline for TV. Is we install an outdoor or an attic HD antenna for guaranteed signal that gets you free TV on all your TVs forever. We have other hardware we can add on if you care about it, to have simplicity where you're not changing remotes back and forth, you're not having to switch inputs, one remote control, TV volume, TV power, and you have your grid guide and your DVR to pause live TV, record shows, record series, skip commercials, stuff like that. That's all free as well, $0 a month. So anyway, that's just kind of one source for TV. The second source for TV is streaming. Streaming is just a different way to get TV content. Yeah, you can get it on your computer, your tablet, your phone. We like to make it easy to use and put it on your TV, quite frankly. The key with that is that you need a streaming device. Obviously, part of what we hook up is a streaming device. And you can get apps on there. And these apps are just basically accessing content, whether it's free, whether it's paid content. Either way, even if it's paid content, it's a lot less expensive because obviously that's a big part of what we're about. Freedom and saving money every month. No contracts, so you come and go as you please. A lot of people are probably familiar now with like Netflix and Amazon Prime, YouTube, even Hulu, stuff like that. Really, that's kind of what started this whole thing out, where people actually look at their Netflix bill and they say, hey, I'm only paying $10, $12 a month and I watch Netflix half the time. And then they look at their cable bill and they say, hey, I'm paying $200 a month and I watch this like 20% of the time. Why am I doing this, right? And then they start exploring things, going to freetv.com, whatever that is, and figuring out, oh, okay, there is a smarter, better, cheaper way to do it where I actually can take my control back. And, these apps like Netflix, Amazon Prime, we actually did a webinar last week on Amazon Prime, by the way. There's a blog on our website on Amazon Prime under the news section. If you want to just kind of learn how to take advantage of Amazon Prime, check that out. There's an amazing amount of content out there. There's thousands and thousands of movies and TV shows that are actually winning awards that they create themselves, or they also have older TV shows, older movies they get from other content providers as well. It's just an aggregator that has a whole bunch of stuff, and you can add stuff to your favorites. You can watch, series from like season 1, episode 1 to season 10, episode 10, commercial free, on demand on your time frame. So it's just a much smarter, better way to do it, where you're in control, and most importantly, you're paying $10, $12 a month for like something like Netflix, as opposed to $200 a month for something ridiculous like cable and satellite, for these hundreds of channels that you don't watch anyway, right? So it makes a lot more sense. So I want to make sure people understand that that's kind of a game changer, and that's an option. There's a lot of different things out there: Netflix, Prime, Hulu, there's all kinds of stuff, Disney Plus, ESPN Plus, HBO, Showtime, whatever. So we'll get into some of that other stuff too. One thing to touch on really quick too is when you're streaming, just like when you're doing an antenna for the other source for free TV, we don't do the little cheapo indoor antennas because you clutter up your house with antennas all over the place. And really, most important is just reception. That just doesn't work right. So we just do an attic or an outdoor antenna, which covers all your TVs, and it's guaranteed reception, so you don't have any reception issues. So it's really about having the right hardware and doing the right things. Even within hardware itself, there's about 80% of the stuff on the market that just doesn't work very well. So the second source for TV is streaming. What you need for streaming is a good Wi-Fi network. We install a mesh network, which is just a newer, better technology. We'll actually talk more about this next week because we're doing a presentation, a webinar on Comcast and internet and Wi-Fi and data caps and things like that. But a mesh network actually saves you the rental fees, but it's most importantly, it's just a better, more solid network that just blankets your house in coverage. You don't have any dead spots. So that's one thing you need for streaming. The second thing you need for streaming is a little streaming stick. There's a lot of different things out there. Like I said, 80% of the stuff out there I don't recommend because it doesn't work very well. Smart TVs are really simple and easy to get, but the problem is, they just don't work as good as they sound they might work. Smart TVs aren't really as smart as they actually make themselves sound. The stuff that we install, obviously we've tested hundreds of things over the years. We just know what works best, and that's what we use. There's also hardware behind this that is kind of in the background without overly complicating things, that actually integrates it all together, gives you the things I was showing you before, like the grid TV guide, the DVR functionality, puts all your free antenna channels in with your streaming channels. But anyway, this is a little streaming stick. It's what you need to be able to properly stream things without having it buffer and making it easy to use, things like that. That's again the big part of the reason we do what we do. The other thing I'm going to cover next is really the topic, right? Is what's available for a la carte streaming apps. Yes, there's bundles and different ways to do things, which I'll get into. You can pretty much get any cable channel you want. We'll get into that next. But first, I want to at least kind of show you. I'm not going to get into every single one of these because there's a lot. Every month, there's really more a la carte options coming. Now, is it perfect? Is it exactly what we want? No. but it's a lot better than cable and satellite. There's a lot more options for streaming content. I've already shown you some free stuff. I've already shown you things like Netflix, Prime, Hulu. There's all kinds of stuff there that have great content as well. And those are obviously a la carte because you can turn them on and off as you please. And they're just month to month with no contract. So the other things I'm going to show you are kind of channel specific. And like I said, as time goes on, there's actually more and more options here. First, what I want to show you is what is not a good option. So some of these smart TVs or streaming sticks, I think we might have to go down to kind of get to these, which fortunately they're hidden, but you can kind of see that these are like apps. Don't be confused, like Comedy Central, Paramount, whatever, Discovery, ID, TLC, Food Network, HGTV. These are all pay options where you have to be paying for cable and satellite, or you have to be paying for some sort of streaming bundle. So they might have some content out there, but it's really not something that I would recommend. It's not what you're looking for as far as true a la carte options. Let's put it that way. If I hit the home button here and kind of go back up to the top, besides stuff like Netflix and Prime, there's also free options for streaming, like IMDb is one of them. YouTube obviously has a bunch of great free stuff out there. But you can get into things like HBO. So HBO, Showtime, Stars, Cinemax, even things like, there's Epix now. I think that has a separate a la carte option. These are services that you can actually get the same stuff. So it's the same content. You just cut out the middleman, a Comcast or Dish or DirecTV. So it's a much smarter way to do it, because HBO, for instance, you don't need to pay for it 12 months out of the year, right? What our customers do, what we suggest, is you just get it for a month or two when your shows are on, and you binge watch it, because they regurgitate the same movies over and over again. There's no sense paying for it 12 months out of the year. I mean, you could, and it'd still be cheaper doing it this way than it a la carte than it would be doing it through your cable and satellite provider. But a lot of times they have free trials. A lot of times you just get it for a month or two. It's not just live. It's actually even better because it's on-demand, commercial-free, like Netflix is, where you can actually binge watch Game of Thrones, as an example, from season 1, episode 1 to whatever the heck they ended up on, season 6 or 7 or 8, episode 10, commercial-free. So you get it for a month or two, just binge watch all this stuff, and then you dump it. So that's kind of the premium movie channel type stuff. There is a la carte options. Not necessarily quite yet. I mean, you'll have clips and stuff for like Fox News and CNN and MSNBC, but you can get things like Bloomberg a la carte through an app. You can get things like OAN or Newsmax, a la carte, and just pay like $5 a month and keep it as long as you want and cancel it. Bloomberg is actually a free thing, the free stream. BYU TV is a free stream. There's also pay options like AMC and FX, and Paramount, I think, just launched something. Hallmark has a standalone option for a la carte stuff. Paramount, I think, just launched something. Lifetime, I think, has something they just launched as well. And then, of course, there's things like these newer services, ESPN Plus, Disney Plus. Now, the thing to be aware of with these, Disney Plus, is I don't think I have mine logged in right now. I just actually subscribed to this for my kids. Let's try it real quick and we'll see. On this TV, I don't think I have it logged in yet. But anyway, Disney Plus might not be the exact same live stream of everything that's coming on regular like Disney Channel, but it's pretty dang close, and it has a whole bunch of content on demand for free. I apologize, I'm not logged in, so I can't really show it to you. Same thing with ESPN, right? ESPN might not be the exact same stuff streamed, but it's going to be a whole lot of stuff, right? They have UFC stuff on there and NFL games and NBA games and whatever. So it might not be the exact same live stream, but it's going to be pretty darn close. And it's a la carte, so you just get it for a couple months and you dump it however you want to do it, right? college football season, maybe you want to get ESPN Plus, then maybe you cancel after that. So that's really kind of some of the examples of what's possible with a la carte. Every month, every year, there's more and more options. So it'll just get better as far as streaming a la carte options go. And really, it's about supply and demand. So at the end of the day, the more people that cut the cord and dump cable and satellite, and the more people that sign up for things like HBO a la carte or Disney Plus a la carte, things like that, that's going to just drive more of these content providers to just put their stuff out there just direct to consumers. So 6 million people cut the cord last year in 2019. It's actually on a record pace this year to break that record. So you can kind of see, like, that's the way things are going. Like I said before, there's no channel you can't get. Even like Altitude Sports, for instance, you can get now separately as a cord cutter. You can't even get Altitude Sports with something like Comcast right now. You haven't been able to for over a year because it's been blacked out. And the reasons it's blacked out is because what I talked about initially on the call, on the webinar, with content prices going up, and then the providers have these back and forth battles, and then they either raise prices or they black stuff out, the black channels out. That's why we do what we do, because you have no contract, so you can come and go as you please. COVID hits and there's no sports on, you can actually just cancel your sports package, right? So anyway, there's a la carte stuff. The next thing I want to show you, though, is there's also other ways to get this content. So I pay for a streaming service that gets me a bundle of channels. The ones we recommend are usually about 20 to 30 bucks a month, because you're getting your antenna channels for free, your local network channels for free, which is why we do it that way. That way you're lowering your monthly bill. So you're, again, $200 bundle with Comcast is going down to like $50 for internet. You're $0 a month for your free TV antenna channels, your local network channels, the grid guide, the DVR, that's all free. Extra TVs are free. There's no monthly rate. So you're still down at like right around 50 bucks a month. You can do a la carte stuff if you want. You probably already have something like Netflix anyway, quite frankly. And then what a lot of people do is they can do the a la carte HBO and things like that we were just talking about, Showtime, Stars, whatever. Or what's even better, if you want, at least some cable channels, is there's these bundles that we recommend that are 20 or 30 bucks a month. I'll show you on the blog article. I have a little comparison chart. You can kind of click on it and check out the different channel options and what have you. But to give you an idea, is it gives you the same channels, right? You can get your ESPNs and Fox Sports 1. You can get your news, whatever, CNN, Fox News, MSNBC, whatever you need. These are all the free channels in this row with the antenna. And then obviously you can subscribe to things. Amazon even has an Amazon channels deal where you can actually subscribe to individual channels like NBA League Pass or HBO or Showtime or Stars. They even have like PGA or MLB, stuff like that. Lifetime, I think, is one of the channels they have in their a la carte stuff as well through Amazon channels if you have an Amazon Prime membership. Anyway, the channel guide that I'll go back into here, you can actually, with the hardware that we install, again, not just the simple stuff I'm showing you here, but also behind the scenes. Yes, it's complex, but you don't need to worry about that because we set it up originally, so you don't need to worry about stressing about setting all this stuff up. But it actually integrates in not just your local network channels for free, but also some of these cable channels like USA or any cable channel you want, like I said. So just realize kind of what's possible out there. And then I'll go back to the website and show you kind of some of these apps like Sling TV for 30 bucks a month or Philo for like 20 bucks a month. And we'll kind of close there. And if you have any questions, you can put them on the chat on the right-hand side. Let me first show you this blog on our website that'll have a lot more details for you to kind of check out. Like I said before, if you're new to cord cutting, new to internet and Wi-Fi and streaming and apps and a la carte, and you're trying to figure all this crazy stuff out, I would suggest just go to our website, freetvee.com, click on schedule a call, and that'll get you with one of our experts if you're new to free TV and just a new customer in general. And we'll be able to let you know exactly what you're looking at for channels, cost-wise, how to get them, how to save the most money, stuff like that. This is going back to the news section. if you click on the A La Carte TV blog that just came out in the last week or so, you can kind of see towards the end of the blog here, if I scroll down, there's actually a little section there. Well, you can see Philo versus Sling. Philo is the $20 service. Sling is the $30 service. It's a bundle. Philo is a bundle of like 60 cable channels for $20 a month. Same exact cable channels, live, on demand, DVR, everything you want. Just a much smarter way to do it. No contracts. Sling is about 30, 40 channels for $30 a month. They have different options as well. You can kind of add on. But there's also a little comparison chart here. You can kind of compare like what channels you get with the antenna versus Philo versus Sling. You can actually click on these links here up top, and it'll take you to a page with more details as well. So that just gives you kind of a good access. Again, go to the Free TV website. There's a link for news, which is all of our blogs. If you're new to Free TV, you can schedule a call, which is a great way to learn more, learn how much money we can save you. Our average customer saves $1,500 every year, not just a one-time bait and switch, but forever savings. So definitely significant, definitely worth a quick chat via phone. You can also go and click on watch a webinar. We don't have anything out there for next week, but I can tell you next week's topic is really everything related to internet and Wi-Fi and how to avoid data caps, other internet competition, besides just Comcast out there that's coming. So thanks for tuning in today. I don't see any questions, so I guess we'll tune out for today, and we'll see you in about a week for the next webinar. Thanks. Take care.